Hey guys, Aaron here. So in today's video, I'm going to go over how to change out this outdated ceiling light fixture. Now the reality is for a lot of us, changing out a ceiling light or a hanging pendant light or even a ceiling fan can seem like a very challenging task. But the reality is it's not that hard and it can be done in under an hour. Now, if you're not comfortable, definitely call an electrician and have them do it. But like I said, it can be done by the average DIYer in under an hour, and it's not that challenging. You just have to make sure you do it safely. So in today's video, we're just going to walk through all the different steps. And yeah, my light may look a little different when I put it up, but in most cases, the steps we're going to actually go through are going to apply, and you just may have a little bit variation in how you put the light together. But like I said, stick around. We're going to go through everything, and I'll show you it's not as hard as it seems. Now, before we actually pull the light down, we want to shut our power off. And I do recommend that you do more than just flip the switch. Yes, that will shut the power off to the light, but it is possible that somebody could come in, flip the switch back on, and then all of a sudden you've got live wires. So I definitely recommend going to your breaker box, shutting it off there. Now, if you can, I definitely recommend putting some boxes or something else in place to support the lamp, to support the light as you start to take it down. This will just stop you from having to hold that weight as you pull it down. Now we can go ahead and start removing our light. Really just remove these little caps here. You want to loosen them both before you pull them down. Otherwise, they're going to be tough to pull down. You may have to push up on the light a little bit. All right, now that's loose, as you can see. It's supported, so it's not going anywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my voltage detector, just run it along the wires and make sure there's nothing hot up there. And there's nothing. So we can go ahead and disconnect all the wires. Now, this is a three-way switch, so we will have to reconnect it that way. But what you can do is if you're not sure where everything's going to go, you can take a quick picture up here just so you make sure you wire it back the same way. Then we can go ahead and pull it out of here. Now we can go ahead and start putting the new light together. Now, of course, make sure you go through your box, make sure you got everything there, but then I go ahead and start putting it together. This one has a little bit more to put together just because of the arms on this thing, but it is a nice light. Now, because this has multiple different legs, we got to put all our white wires together, and then we'll put all of our black wires together. Then before we tighten this up, we're going to put on our extension, our cable here, and this is going to be what hangs it from the ceiling. So again, wires are the same colors. We'll just wire them up, add them to the mix. Now with this one, we'll just go ahead and take our piece, our top piece here, push everything back down right there. That's going to go there, and then we're going to flip this over. We're going to take our cover here, get your wires pushed down and out of the way. And there you go. Now this is put together. Now, what we can do, we've got our extension piece here, and then you're better off actually just pulling this thing apart because it will get caught up with that. So that's through. Then for your top piece here, and this is specific to this light, you have a couple of different options. You can have this piece that allows it to kind of swing back and forth, or you can take this apart here and actually remove this piece and just use this end cap so that it won't actually swing. That's another option here. Now, the main reason you have something like this is for a ceiling that's not level. Maybe you have a vaulted ceiling. you can still hang this because you can put it on there like that. And then this thing will swivel just a little bit. You got to make sure it's put up right, but it'll allow it to hang straight down versus the straight bar, which would try to hold it at an angle. So this is also so that you can hang it from a uneven ceiling or an angled ceiling, something like that. But like I said, I'm gonna still use it. Then we're gonna just feed the wires through here. Pull them all the way up and pull all your wire through so you can tighten it down. Once that's up there, just go ahead and screw that down. And we want to do this before we actually try to put it in the air. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot heavier to try to do while we hang it. So this way, if you don't have a flat ceiling, it'll still hang straight down and it'll still be plumb. But this thing can kind of swivel back and forth. But this allows it to hang on an uneven ceiling. All right, so now we need to put up our mounting bracket. Now, a lot of lights, it's going to be very similar to this one, so you might be able to use what's up there, but you'll have to measure the distance between the two screws. As you saw with the old light, it's held up. You just put the light up, and then you've got two little caps that kind of hold it in place. This one is a little different. You put this mounting bracket up, and then on the sides, two screws that actually hold it up. And you'll see when I get done exactly what I mean. But so this is a little different. So we do actually need to use this mounting bracket versus the one that's up there. So let's go ahead and take this one down. Now, when you take this down, if you see drywall screws, I would definitely recommend changing those out to maybe a metal screw or something like that, a fine thread metal screw. Now what I'm going to do is set my boxes here so that it'll hold the light up, and I don't have to try to hold it up as I'm wiring it. All right, so once we got this up there, we can go ahead and cut this back because we don't need all this extra. Leave yourself a little room, but go ahead and cut this back. Now, when they ran this, they didn't run the normal 12-2 up here that you would see. So right now, basically you have a dead wire, and that's the black one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cap this off and push it back up, and it won't be used. And our red wire here will actually be our hot wire or line wire. So let's go ahead and put these together. Now you can take the grounds here, twist that around on there, guy that down, cap on. And again, if you have different kind of connectors, they'll work too.